betul. Betul. 21-13.
And we are underway in this round 16 top of the table clash. Nightcliff versus St Mary's. I'm Ashley Manakaris. Joining me is Jared Eilert and Peter Atkinson on the boundary, and we're away to the first start. Free kick first being paid to the high tackle there. It'll go the way of Nightcliff. And so they get a chance to go forward straight away. The Tigers looking to hold on to top spot as Jason Cole gets his first possession. The Tigers looking to hold on to top spot. St Mary's have won 13 in a row and are chasing top spot. Whoever wins tonight will take a huge psychological advantage into the finals in a few weeks' time. Raph Clark cleans up for the St Mary's. They go forward through Yarran to Cameron Eilert. First game back, met heavily by Lockwood, handed away. Clear again, cleaned up by Yarran with a quick pair of heels. Oh, nice hard body early on. Taken high. Umpire comes in to pay it.
So a couple of free kicks early to Nightcliff, and they're just showing their intentions early with physicality. And I think that's one of their strengths, is their physical presence around the pack and also their height.
Kicking it out now. Finds Philo, sends it forward. Oh, and a nice mark taken there. That was a great grab.
That was McHarg in the front position, and when the ball comes in like that, you want to be in front position, and just great hands and skill to catch that ball. And you can see already the sweat on the players, so it's going to get slippery.
And in fact, that ball was sent into him by Daniel Bowles. That was a very, very flat pass. Kwame McHarg making the most of it as he comes back with an opportunity to get a score on the board straight away for the Tigers. So the Tigers take an early advantage 90 seconds into this first term. Peter, conditions down there at ground level?
Almost perfect, no breeze, which would be nice for the Orange. On the interchange, Nightcliff started with Ryan Moo Isaiah Farrell Nelson, Jaden Shaw and Ben Clifton, while Saints started with Justin Wilson, Brent Storer, Jack Williams and Justin Cooper.
Peter, just quickly, your tip for tonight? Well, we'll come back to him. We're back in the middle now. Ryan Smith up against Fraser Thurlow. It's sharked there by the Tigers. Can't get clean possession away. Taken high there, and a free kick will be paid again. Well, that's the third free kick in a row to the Tigers in the middle. They're crucial kicks.
That's a little bit of deja vu there. Where and what I like about the Nightcliff Tigers game at the moment, they're spread from a free kick.
And they've got it forward again, wrapped up by the Saints defence. Then cleaned up, and then picked up, and there's a snap at goal. But it's just offline. Some big outs for the Tigers tonight. Nathan Brown, who has played every game so far this season, the captain, I suppose, is actually out with an infection, so he hasn't played. And also Gilhouse and Starcevic. Big kick to bring it back in.
Yeah, and they're huge. When I talk about the strength of the Nightcliff Tigers, they're three of their biggest players.
And for the first time, the Saints go into their forward 50, courtesy of Shannon Rioli, who puts it in. It was two bounces. Bounce clear, coming up to the boundary line. It's been kept in. No, in fact, it's gone out. Boundary umpire signalling that it's gone out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in. The field umpires tonight, Stephen Panja, Mark Holford and Thomas Manning.
So the first time St Mary's actually have a scoring opportunity inside their 50.
It's a short throw. Thurlow got the first hands on it, can't pick it up. Labastita's in there, quick hands out, not clear. Still no clean possession. Rioli comes in to show them how to do it. Coming through. Trying to clear it out. Cole, who's got his hands on the ball early, took too long and got caught holding the ball. No advantage is going to be paid here. The ball will be brought back. Gee, Cole's had a bit of it early.
He looks very likely. He's a hard runner. Just watching him through the warm-up as well, he's got some pretty good skills on both sides of his body. But one of the strengths for St Mary's, which we haven't seen in recent years, is actually their speed. So Henry Labastita made that tackle deep in the forward pocket, but you got the likes of Nicholas Yaron, Michael Coombs, Justin Cooper and Francis Kathari in and amongst the squad, which makes them a huge threat in the competition.
Well, ominous for St Mary's. First time they've been inside the 50 so far. We've only been going 4.5 minutes, and they're already having their first shot at goal. And it's just off to the right. So they're on the board. 1 goal, 1-7 Nightcliff. Saints just the 1 point. Ball will be brought back in.
So last time St Mary's had a kick out, it went straight through the middle of the guts. Nightcliff choosing to go out wide.
And not keeping a clean possession. Coates picks it up, comes through. They've got the runner through there. He's had to beat one. Emery just gives a chip over. He got taken late. It's off to Taban. In fact, they'll bring it back. Will they play an advantage? No, they've played it downfield. And it'll come back. Patrick Taban will take the kick for Nightcliff. Bowden Nalkin just hanging around there, seeing if he can get some of the football.
They're prepared to run by the looks of it, Ashley. Nightcliff Tigers.
They are. It's a good sign. Let's see if they can maintain it for 4 quarters. Taban goes very long out wide. Duncan was his target. Coming through was Storer. Back off. Started on the bench, but he's on now. Can't get clear. Williams gives a quick hands over, but it's intercepted. Oh, taken high again. That was sloppy. Well, that's the type. There's been 3 or 4 high tackles so far. Duncan's not happy, but it doesn't matter. Filo's got the ball. In fact, it'll be Adam Baird that'll take the kick. Sloppy free kicks, Jared.
Yeah, how's the crowd down there, Peter?
Yeah, quite vocal. I'd expect a few more numbers to come in, but yeah, both supporter groups pretty vocal.
Ball makes it inside the 50. It's going to be locked up. Umpire Panja will come in and ball it up. Well, good hard start. Storer versus Thurlow. Can't pick it up. Feet taken out. Trying to come through as Vallejo with body, and then he still remonstrating with the Nightcliff opponent. Picked up by Ben Rioli. Right foot kick out wide. Coombs first to the ball in a foot race. Picks it up, tries to beat his opponent, has to hurry his handball away. Cleaned up by Kwame, comes to help. Kwame McCarg, the goal kicker for Nightcliff. Ball goes out of bounds. As we see Philo on the boundary line taking a break.
So the interchange bench has been action early from both teams, so rotation is a key point for both coaches.
Hugging that boundary line, still kept in. Raf Clark guides it out. It'll be thrown in.
Expect quite a few rotations down here, Ashley and Jared. The very humid and no breeze whatsoever, as indicated by the flags on the scoreboard.
Picked up. Oh, there's that man Cole again. Right foot tunnels it at goal through the middle. The goal umpire doesn't move. All clear given. Nightcliff has gone to 2 goals, 1-13. St Mary's just 1 point, and we approach the 7.5 minute mark. Well, he was a flash through there, Jared.
He just wanted the ball more, and he hit the gap with some pace. And when you find there he is through the pack, and like I said before in the warm-up, he looked like a likely type of player, skills on both sides, and he got his opportunity and made the most of kicking the goal.
Well, dream start for the Nightcliff Tigers. Good physical contest. They've made the most of their opportunities and they've had a few free kicks.
Well, they're getting first to the football at the moment, and that's what's going to happen. If you get your head over it, your first hands to it, you're going to get the first opportunity, and more than likely, you're going to get the free kick.
Back in the middle. They cancel each other, although Thurlow recovers quickly, gets a handball away. Cameron Eilert can't pick it up. Brother of Jared sitting next to me. Still clear. Knocked out. Eilert burrows in again. Still can't get it out. Cooper's in there. Everyone's got their hands on it. No one can get a clear kick. Clear possession. Let it go for a long time, did the umpire. Now he comes in to ball it up.
So I just spoke about rotations before, so I know Ryan Smith and Trent Storer will rotate through the ruck for St Mary's, but Fraser Thurlow is basically a lone man in the ruck for Nightcliff.
Kicked out of the air by Williams, punch forward by Nalkin for Nightcliff. Adam Baird, handball over the top. Back to Nalkin, back to Baird, under enormous pressure. Williams slings him to the ground. Justin Wilson picks it up, sends it forward. Looking for McFarlane. McFarlane beaten by Taban on this occasion. Cleaned up, kicked on. It's on centre wing. Knocked away from Rioli. He grabs his player without the ball. Let go. Play on is the call. Over it. Now it comes out. Raf Clark. He can't get it. Yaron comes in to help. Gives it back to Clark, who's wrapped up by both Nightcliff players. And the ball will be balled up. Good intensity there, Jared.
Absolutely. Troy Coates will be very impressed with Nightcliff's start.
Some of their smaller frame players are playing with big bodies as Shannon Rioli tries to get away from that tap down. Not clear, a long way from home there.
And we know last time that these two teams met was in round 9, where St Mary's were convincing winners 20-15-135, beating Nightcliff 7-10-52 by 83 points. But the way Nightcliff has started this game, that's not going to happen tonight.
And interestingly enough, the ledger is 1 apiece. Nightcliff beat them in the opening round of the season, and then Saints squared off on round 9. The ball burrowed in. Now it's come out again. Baird in there again with a handball to Cole. He's kicked one. No one can get clean possession. Awfully close to that boundary line. In fact, it's gone out of bounds, and the ball will be thrown in.
You can just see the sweat on the players, so obviously the humidity out there, like you said, Peter, is going to be a factor.
I think so. Both sides probably matching each other in a number of rotations at the moment.
Well, McFarlane first the ball from a quick kick from Rioli, punched away by Taban, wearing him as a glove, and a free kick's been found. It looks like a soccer advantage has been paid. Smith was the call. It's been knocked away 2-on-1. Cooper comes in to help. Paris can't pick it up. Knocked away from him. Iggy Vallejo's in there and he finds Ryan Smith again, who plays on quickly, goes at goal, sneaks it in, and the ruckman scores one.
It's second time lucky for Ryan Smith. He didn't quite get the fingers around the football when Henry Labastida won the free kick and chipped it over to him, but second time lucky, makes no mistake.
And his reward is to come straight off. Well, it went first to a 2-on-1. Paris couldn't get clean, tried to soccer it away. Good hip and shoulder there from Cooper. Came back to Vallejo, and Ryan Smith held his ground and then took off.
And that's a big psychological advantage for Ryan Smith in the ruck. So whoever's playing opposite him in the ruck is going to have to work all the way down to the forward 50 as well.
11.5 minutes gone. 2 goals, 1-13, plays 1-1-7. Wrapped up in the middle, soccered forward. Yaron, he's got space. He loves it. He goes for a bit of a canter. Now he's got to get a kick away. It's a bit short. Play on is the call. It's a long driving kick to full forward. And it's a great grab there, but it's punched away at the last minute. Couldn't get control. Labastida cleaning up the crumbs. Picks out Kinthari.
That'd be pretty close.
Fact,
yes,
sorry.
it is.
And a 50 is awarded. Well, Francis Kinthari took the mark, had it knocked away from him. Umpire paid a 50 and he'll go back and have a shot right on the line.
And the defensive pressure for Henry Labastida, as Kinthari makes no mistake, that's exactly what his role is in the team, is to just be that ground player, hustle, harass, make tackles, and then set people up to kick goals.
Good lead from Robinson just here. Thought he had it there, knocked away. Wilson with the quick hands out. Probably didn't give him credit during the call for that, but anyway, got it on the replay.
Francis Kinthari from Wadair, and I'm sure all the community out there at Port Keats are proud as punch of how he's travelling so far in the NTFL season, just taking it by storm.
13 minutes gone, scores are locked up, 13 points apiece. Back in the middle. Thurlow wins it out, then there's a quick kick on. Philo, left foot, and to no one in particular, it's punched away. It's going to head towards the boundary line. The boundary line might beat them. Oh! That was high. Ben Rioli with an agricultural tackle. And there's no free kick.
There's certainly high contact.
Don't know what you thought about that, Peter, at ground level.
Yeah, look, at ground level looked pretty ordinary, but the umpire a lot closer than myself and didn't penalise. It was careless, if anything.
Thrown in, off hands, picked up with a snap, left foot. That's the captain coach, Troy Coates. Kwame McCard guides it across and Jack Long will restart play. Long goes in short, picks out Cameron Islet. First game back. Only played 5 games this season, Cameron Islet. And he has kicked it out of bounds.
And it shows.
Well, maybe you could give him some kicking practice, Bull.
Maybe, during the week.
I'm sure he'll be watching the replays. Downey. Looking inside. Well, that's a turnover. Bath kicks it out wide. He's got Labastida. He's got time. Peris just holding the mark. Looking for Kinthari, but doesn't hit him on the chest, so it goes out of bounds.
And Nightcliff have done really well in terms of making St Mary's work from side to side, all the way up, all the way down the field, and it's something that not too many teams can do against St Mary's, where they've got a lot of quality through their rotations, but Nightcliff are doing an extremely good job of making them work.
Well, I just think there was a couple of turnovers there as they headed into their 50 that they probably wouldn't have made in the first couple of minutes, Nightcliff. That's ominous. As Rioli circles around, blistering pace, sends it in, but it's been chopped off by Emery, and the ball will come back out. Oh, great mark there. Excellent mark. So Bath, showing his class, sends it inboard to Iggy Villagio. Villagio. Huge right foot kick, sends it forward. McFarlane on the ground waiting for it, can't pick it up. In there is Kinthari trying to lock it up. Ball's not coming out just yet. Giving him plenty of time as the umpires. That's good. Islet comes in to pick it up. Slung out of there again was Bath. Iggy Villagio soccers it forward. Taban can't handle it. Labastida picks up the crumbs, so does Cooper. Fleet-footed, right-footed, through the middle it goes. What a great goal from Justin Cooper.
Sensational goal. He had more time, actually, because he just started to push away from the defenders, not realising that he could, if he kept going, he had more time and space to balance. Didn't need it. Absolutely had the burners on and kicked a magnificent goal.
Well, Taban needed to take that, but watch this goal. Well done.
He knew exactly where the goals were, and all eyes were connection from boot to ball.
Well, whatever advantage they've had, Nightcliff, they've lost to the 16.5 minute mark. St Mary's 3 goals, 1-19. Nightcliff 2 goals, 2-14. Labastida has played the perfect role as the crumbing forward for Saints so far. Smith versus Thurlow. Diving on it is Duncan, not clear. Ryan move for his first touch, comes to Cole, right foot sending it forward. It bounces, tapped out by McQuagg, can't pick it up. Now's the sweeping turn, left foot into goal. There's a chance here for the Tigers, over the shoulder. Not far enough, punched away, and there is that very good St Mary's defence. Peter, do you rate them as the best defence in the competition?
Just on that last shot at goal, Farrell Nelson had his opponent on toast. I think he just turned the wrong way. If he turned quickly to go towards the goal, he would have had the pace to actually run it into the goal square.
Back in the middle of the ground, Paris dummies, then gives a handball over. Can't pick it up. Oh, but coming in again is Rioli. At the back, not clear. And in fact, it's McFarlane. St Mary's leading goal kicker, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the number 2 goal kicker in the competition so far. So who'll be lining up, I think, for goal number 40 for the season so far? Peter McFarlane didn't play last week. One of the big ins this week for St Mary's. Looks pretty good.
And that's what you want from your captain. When you get the opportunities 40, 45 metres up from goal and you're a key forward player, go back, give your midfield some rest and slot the goal.
Never took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, I wonder who was actually marking on him then, because he was able to drift back with really no pressure.
Well, Taban is actually manning up on him now, and he's been with him in most of the contests, but he got caught out there in no man's land, did Patrick.
Be interesting to see if Patrick ends up in the ruck at some point. He has played that role before, allowing Gilhouse, when he normally plays, a bit of a breather.
Yeah, Thurlow is yet to have a break. He wins out clearly. Picked up by Cam Eilert, sharked, sends it forward. Wilson can't mark it, knocked away from him. Loose on the ground, picked up by Nalkin. Kicking, looking for Philo. Good hard clash between the two players. Two Nichols medalists just ran into each other. Ben Rioli picks it up, gives a quick handball out to Nicholas Yaron. Oh, Wilson's found a mile on his own. He's got time. He looks forward to present, chopped off by Paris. And then McFarlane picks it up, and then with one step has a shot at goal, but it drifts to the right-hand side of the point post. Restart, bring it back in. Jason Cole. Oh, but his kick has been chopped off by Shannon Rioli. He finds Ginthari. Ginthari plays on, doesn't wait. Oh, he's tripped. That'll be a free kick.
Just wondering if the lack of rotations for Nightcliff are starting to set in. It's obviously been high intensity, very physical start to the game, and I haven't seen, and you called Fraser Thurlow hasn't had a rest. Jason Cole, I haven't seen him come off either. So there's two key players for them that just Cole on that occasion making the mistake.
As Ginthari comes back, and he likes it, and he runs towards the middle of the ground, high-fiving his teammates to come off. And Saints go to 5 goals, 2-32. Nightcliff stay at 2 goals, 3-15. We've gone 20 and a half minutes, 20 and 3/4 a minute. So we are into red time.
Your observation's spot on, Jared, because the rotations involve the ground level on ballers. There's certainly going to be a problem if they can't take a bit of pressure off the ruckman, the tall players. They're trying to play around with them on the ground, and that's hard work.
Well, there's a free kick being awarded. It'll go to Nightcliff. The captain coach, has actually been pushed over, so he'll get a free kick. It's 2-on-1, punched away by Smith, the ruckman. McGarg puts it onto his right boot, trying to centre. It's dragged down by Raph Clark, who takes a half a dozen steps and then kicks it long out to the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full, in fact.
Those kind of kicks, I guess, hurt you because moving forward your half-backs, your midfield start to push forward with the footy. Kick out of bounds on the full. They've got to work back now.
Patrick Taban just decides to put it straight on the boot. Doesn't go anywhere. Vallejo couldn't mark it. Taken away by his own player. Not clear on the ground. There's Farrell Nelson again, looking for a free kick. Couldn't get one. Punched away. Picked up by Coates. He's caught. Dispossessed. Coombs. Front possession. Gets a little nudge in the back. Umpire lets it go. Williams can't pick it up. Now he can. He's got support. Bath. Quick kick went nowhere. Cole. Back to Coates. Coates' kick was interrupted and then cleaned up by Jason Cole. No, in fact, sorry. There's a bit of a push on behind the goal. In fact, that was Daniel Bowles who cleaned that up and then kicked the goal. So a much-needed goal for the Nightcliff Tigers. 3 goals, 3, 21. They still trail St Mary's 5 goals, 2, 32. There's a bit of feeling coming into the game.
Absolutely. Back end of the quarter, bit of frustration. And just watch for the clean pickup and the quick snap. Not too many players can do this in these kind of conditions. One-handed pickup, 1, 2, 3 step, left foot. Great goal for Nightcliff.
Peter, just quickly down to you. Ryan Moo hasn't had his hand on the football very much. Is he the type of player that Nightcliff need to have running quickly?
I certainly need a lift from him. He's part of a on-ball rotation, so his role's pretty important. He struggled last time against Saints, so he'd be pretty keen to do well. Coates is actually the coach. The captain is a stand-in tonight, is Jonathan Peris.
As Cole picks it up, far side in front of the scoreboard. Gives it off, but it's been intercepted. That's that man Williams. Sent in, McFarlane judges it beautifully. Well, they've made a change already by the looks of it, Jared.
So,
and it looks like Cossack has taken...
Peter McFarlane.
McFarlane.
A little bit more mobility around the ground, but that's where it's going to, I guess, fall apart. Peter McFarlane with his strength underneath the football on that occasion taking the mark.
Cossack's experience as a key defender as it's the post. Is basically at full back rather than centre half back, so perhaps they feel they don't have a lot of options out there either.
I think they wanted someone who can compete against McFarlane in the air. I noticed Peris has gone to him. 5 goals, 3 plays, 3 goals, 3. Kyle Emery gives it off. The kick gets intercepted, then smothered. Awfully close to that boundary line. Cooper dragged off it. Play on is the call. Finds Henry Labastida. Robinson presented himself, but ball was a bit hot. Ball's gone out of bounds. And throwing that ball in on that boundary line is Michael Simpson, who is officiating in his 500th Premier League game. That's an amazing effort.
It's a remarkable effort in Darwin in the Northern Territory, especially during the wet season. So well done.
Socket off the ground, doesn't go anywhere. Now they get it away. Moo. He gets it, waits, handballs, hit the ground. Comes over the top, Peris. Hasn't got a lot of help, gives it off. Now it goes forward. That was Bowles. Loose on the ground, Ben Rioli cleans up, balks, goes himself. Cut off by Moo.
As you called it, Ashley, 2 possessions and another forward entry for the Nightcliff Tigers, but not a great kick in the end, chopped off by Cameron Islet.
No. Justin Cooper. 26 minutes gone in this first term. 5 goals, 3 plays, 3 goals, 3.
This is what Nightcliff Tigers can't allow. Ben Rioli, Justin Cooper, Shannon Rioli, just to start running, handballing and linking up through the middle of the ground. That's danger signs, especially late in the quarter. And we have a boundary throw in for St Mary's Airport End.
Saints might have a small problem on their bench. Young Yaron's having a had a lot of work done on his calf each time he's come off. That would be a problem.
Robinson's kick is intercepted. They'll try and run it out through Baird. He takes it just inside the boundary line. Trying to slow things down. Gives it over the top. Philo, they've got to hold on to it here. There's probably about another 2 minutes of this quarter left, you would think. Philo, long, down the line. Off hands and the siren goes, well, there's my 2 minutes. 27 minutes gone in this first quarter. St Mary's 5 goals, 3-33. Lead Nightcliff 3 goals, 3-21.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tyre.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the SunSense, please. SunSense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on SunSense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Now, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store. Now open at Casuarina Square.
A wet season day. 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
the second quarter here. St Mary's 5 goals, 3:33 lead Nightcliff, 3 goals, 3:21. It was a great start to the game. And Tigers go forward as they did in the start of the first quarter. Again, trying to clean it up. Saints wrapped up, dragged forward, got pinged for holding the ball. Made no attempt to get rid of it, was Yaron.
Great tackle by Kyle Cossack there.
Good pressure. Cossack looking for Lockwood, off his hands. Anstess can't touch it. In fact, I don't think anyone did touch it. It did. The boundary umpire signalling, so it's gone out of bounds. Well, the goal scorers in that first quarter, the Southern Connection, Daniel Bowles, Jason Cole and Kwame McCarg all scored for Nightcliff, while it was Francis Kinthari and Peter McFarlane headed up the goal scoring for the St Mary's. Lockwood coming through off the pack and the hands. Can't get clean possession. The ball will be thrown in again. Peter, just very quickly down to you. Messages at quarter time. I saw you go out to the Nightcliff huddle.
Yes, it was interesting. The groups split as they always do, and the lack of experience in the backline group was quite obvious, whereas all the experience was in the mid. The coach was pretty happy, but he felt they got a little bit cute going forward. He wanted them to go more direct. He stated that they were well up on tackles. That's good and bad. Good defence, but it means the opposition has the ball, and they were well down on stoppages, so Saints working better there.
Thanks, Peter.
Well done, great summary, Peter. And just some of my notes. I think for Nightcliff to get the upper hand, obviously they've dominated the centre clearances, but they need a lift from Philo, Moo and Lockwood to just get their hands on the footy, because they're quality players. When they've got the football, they make something happen.
Ball thrown in. There's Jason Cole out of the Goulburn Valley. Long punched away by Anstess. Cleaned up. There'll be a long soccer goal. That's going to be all clear.
That is a sensational running goal.
It looked like Tyrone Downey. In fact, I think you'll find it was. That is a sensational goal. That's a team-lifting goal. 5 goals, 3:33. Plays 4 goals, 3:27. We're approaching the 2.5-minute mark. Watch it down off the pack here. Cole, quick kick. Punched away. Jack Long. Downey. That's a great left foot shot.
And it's very rare that you don't have someone from St Mary's sort of marking the goal square there. So he did a great job to sneak in behind them, but great skill. Left foot grubber snap.
Smith won it uncontested. It was offline, but Thurlow gets a booming kick away. Brought down. There's a hold in there. And the kick will go to Nightcliff, and it'll go to Kwame McCarg. There was a hold. It was picked early.
Looks like it's being played against Carlode.
Well, it was interesting. The bounce was offline, so Smith basically controlled it uncontested. Thurlow roved his opposition ruckman. He tapped it, and then he just bombed it.
Again, the centre clearances, though, for Nightcliff, they're dominating that statistic. So I think St Mary's midfield are going to have to work something out there.
An accurate kick here will level the scores. And he just hooked it off to the left, and I think he hit the post there.
Yeah, that would have really got the momentum going. It would have got the crowd into it for Nightcliff and would have given them a big boost of confidence.
Jack Long. A lot at stake tonight, top spot, and a little bit of psychological advantage. Smith trying to rove the ball again. Oh, picked up beautifully by Coombs. Has a bounce. Then he gets met heavily, keeps his feet, kicks it forward. Kinthari beats one. Fleet then goes inside.
It's Jack Williams out wide to Henry Labastida. He's found some space in the pocket. He's just playing that role brilliantly at the moment.
Well, if he's not St Mary's best player, he's actually pretty close to it, Jared.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's certainly on my list amongst the best players in the first quarter for on the field.
That was interesting then, fellas. The Nagalkan could have easily run with him and actually stopped and gave him a good 20-30 metre space to work in to get the ball.
Weren't they clinical in the way they used the ball, Peters? The kick from Labastida goes across the face. It's punched away and, in fact, has gone out of bounds. Saints were quite clinical in their disposals just then. It was almost like a diamond work. Will triangle work?
Yeah, well, they got the advantage. They pushed up, didn't they? So then they all worked back hard and had the space to work into.
Tapped down by Thurlow. Paris. Quick kick out. Cooper gives a handball out to Jack Long, who's come up from the back line. Short pass, very short. 15.1. As Islet kicks it long into full forward, but the ruckman, Fraser Thurlow's there. He plays on to get a kick away. Moo, he picks out right on the 50-metre arc. Moo's kick over the top. Finds a teammate. Plays on quickly. Dan steps out of bounds. And the ball will be thrown in. Wasted opportunity there. Farron James, as they have a bit of a push and shove. Players coming in. Williams is taken out by Jonathan Paris. They're all coming in to help now.
There's a lot at stake in this game, so they're going to have to try, both teams have to try and settle things down. Top spot, and we're on the eve of finals footy.
Handball over the top, low, presence. Philo runs into him, doesn't matter. Trying to step, now you're caught. Quick kick away. Oh, Lux of Fortune picks out Benrioli over to Shannon. Shannon, centering kick. Heard the voice. Knocked away from Robinson. Clearing kick to centre half forward. Lockwood versus Anstess. Lockwood's got front position, can't pick it up. Anstess can't get clean possession. They get it away. Load has come back to help. Now Anstess on his feet. Short kick, punched away. Play on is the call. And that's Bowles cleaning up and then took it out of bounds, and the ball will be thrown in. Cooper asking the question.
The crowd will be absolutely loving the start of this second quarter. Nightcliff have come firing out of the blocks and plenty of physicality. Who can settle?
Oh, taken high there was Williams, I thought. Looks like he might get a free kick. And he has. 5 goals, 3-33. We're just past the 7-minute mark. 4 goals, 4-28 Nightcliff. Willing start to this second term. A lot at stake. Top spot on the ladder. Comes away, Yaron sharking. Can't get clean possession. Knocked away from him. Running past was Isla. Looked like a throw. Play on's the call. Oh, taken high was Wilson. Well, the Ferret puts the head over the ball, body on the line, got taken high by Jaden Shaw.
He's always in and under Justin Wilson, and Jaden Shaw just on that occasion was obviously there to make the tackle, just slipped high.
And by the looks of it, there's a 50-metre penalty. Someone had too much to say. Looks like the all clear's been given. Went straight through. Justin Wilson scores a goal. Saints go to 6 goals, 3.
Fine that he handballed that off.
Oh, did he?
I believe it was Shannon Rioli.
Yeah, that was Justin Emery went into the zone. Cost them dearly.
Oh, okay.
To give away the 50-metre penalty. The ball's certainly slippery, and whoever can find the handle.
Took it high. Back live, we won't go there, but that's a handy lead in these conditions and at this point in the game. 6 goals, 3-39. Plays 4 goals, 4-28.
And those key moments in a game where everything was in the balance. Great start by Nightcliff. A lot of physicality down in, on the wing here. And for St Mary's to score that goal will just steady the ship a little bit.
Philo, quick kick out, high, up and under. Jack Long punches it away. Coming in to pick it up. They can't get clean possession. Cole. Now it comes out through Clifton. He fires one in short to Lockwood.
Brilliant pass. There was no way the defender, I think it's John Anstess playing on Julian Lockwood at the moment. There's no way they could have stopped that pass. First deliberate set shot at goal for Julian Lockwood. He certainly started this quarter with a high work rate and deserves a bit of reward for effort.
Well, he'd be very happy with delivery like that into him at full forward. Put that across the front of goals.
And here's another one too that Troy Coates, as a coach, can rotate through the ruck. Now, whether he chooses to do that or not is a different story, but he's certainly one that's got some rucking experience.
Jack Long loads it up, sends it long. Punched away. Cleaning up is Shannon Rioli. He sends it. Wilson positions himself. Punched away from him. Good hard contest. And guiding that ball out of bounds was Emery.
He disguised it extremely well.
He did.
As
He
if
had
he had
nowhere
no
to go.
idea where the line was.
No, he had nowhere to go. It was good pressure. Benefit of the doubt, as they say.
Good call. Well played.
Well, the whistle's gone. There's been a high tackle, and it's going to go to Thurlow. Fraser Thurlow. He's got Moo out wide. Put under pressure by Coombs. Taking a little bit of time to get the ball on here, Nightcliff. Paris drops what he should have held. Recovers quickly, then kicks long. McCarg. Flying was Lockwood. 2 grabs, but he's brought it down. He'll be rewarded with that. Then he gets it on quickly. To the runner is Coates, the coach.
They've done that extremely well, just to maintain possession through the middle of the ground where they didn't have a lot of options. Big mark by Julian Lockwood to play in front, and then good skills to Troy Coates. And when you ever want to call on your coach or captain, I know Paris is the captain tonight, a big moment in the game for Coates.
He lines up. It's not going to make the goals. It's going to go across the front. Spoil cleaning up his Cooper. Lucky to get rid of it, and he does. Wilson, though, in the pocket he finds. Takes his time, then kicks to space, but it's been cut off. Cossack, great spoil there by Bath. He can't pick it up now. He gives it away. Philo balks and then sends it forward again. Not much tall timber down there. Pushed out of it was Smith, and Smith will get the free kick. The St Mary's ruckman in the right spot. Plays on quickly to Ben Rioli. Ben has got Coombs out wide and Moo, the 2 speedsters. Coombs gets a metre head start. Moo in chase. They're winding up. Takes a bounce. Then picks out Peter McFarlane, the Saints skipper. 1 step up and under. Not a great kick, but it might hit his targets. Punched away in the end by the defender. And that was Paris. The ball's gone out of bounds.
That's an intriguing battle on the far wing. Hopefully we see some more of that.
Well,
it's
the 2
genuine
speedsters
speed
out there, genuine.
Michael Coombs and Ryan Moo, obviously, who we're talking about.
12 3/4 minutes gone here. 6 goals, 339, plays 4 goals, 529. 10 points the margin.
Bands
Williams.
back on McFarlane too.
Off to Shannon Rioli, inside the 50. Good lead, a good pass. And Paredes will come up with it.
So he's just a workhorse for St Mary's, and probably been a little bit quiet in terms of hands on the football, but an opportunity to kick a goal.
Looks like he's hooked it off to the left, way off to the left. In fact, it's gone out of bounds on the full. Saints rotations ready to go. Coates, handball back inside, didn't hit the target. Ben Rioli cleans up to Labastida. Quick kick, Nalkin will chop this off. Fumbles it, then cleans up. Oh, luck's a fortune. He's picked out a teammate in Tyrone Downey, who got put under pressure by Williams and who scooped it up one-handed beautifully, then sent it to centre-half forward, and the whistle's gone because Williams got knocked over after disposal and the ball will be downfield. If you were Troy Coates, you wouldn't be happy with that, Jared.
Absolutely not. Obviously an opportunity to go forward and just a fumble. And look, both teams are struggling with the slippery ball at the moment. As Luke Bath goes deep inside the 450 for St Mary's, can't take the mark, Peter McFarlane. And at this occasion, Taban wins the ball and just clears it out of the 50.
The Tigers go forward again. Anstess settling it up, settling back. Drops it, but has time to clean up. Then chips over to Load. Load chips back inside to Valagia, but it's tapped away from him. Farrell Nelson takes a bounce, then sends it forward, looking for the goals. that he's way offline as he tried to kick it too far, too hard, and hooked it to the left. Long with a quick restart, finds Cameron Islet. And finds Ben Rioli. They go out to the scoreboard side again. Raf Clark. Sort of a lazy underground kick. It wasn't, didn't hit its target. Bath can't pick it up, clean it up. Now he can. Paredes, long handball over to Labastida. The work rate of Labastida exceptional tonight. He kicks it in. I thought he was interfered in that marking contest. Play on was the call. That was McFarlane, but it's picked up off the ground.
Trent Storer.
And Trent Storer scores for the Saints.
Yeah, almost made a mess of that on the far side where Luke Bath, the ball just went straight through his legs. Again, it's going to be slippery, but brilliant handball by Paredes, just out in space to Henry Labastida. And if Baden Elkins is his direct opponent, he hasn't been near him all night, and he's doing a lot of damage. But persistence and the ruckman, another goal to the ruckman for St Mary's, Trent Storer.
And forward as well. I got to say to you, I thought McFarlane was a bit unlucky there because looked to me on the replay there that he got interfered with in that mark. Peter, Saints looking comfortable with the football?
Yeah, I think so. They're certainly got plenty of pace once they get possession around the middle. They're doing better across the middle than what they did in the first quarter.
Good, hard, physical contest. Ball comes clear. Cooper slides, trying to pick it up. Labastida in there again. Punched out. Storer, the last goal scorer, gives it off to Islet. Islet sends it forward to McFarlane. Juggles it, can't grab it, knocked forward. Wilson in there. Same too with Taban. Labastida again. Socket away by Taban. Nalkin, handball to no one to Philo in the end, gets it out of the air and then puts it straight on the boot. Punched away by Clark. Raf Clark picks it up, then gets caught without the ball. Let go, play on is the call. Cossack picks it up, has a bounce, looking for a target, and he's found one.
Great vision.
Farrell Nelson presented himself, then plays on quickly, puts it onto his right boot, sets it up and high and through.
That's exactly how you want it. Brilliant running carry from Kyle Cossack through the middle of the ground. Vision and skill to hit up Farrell Nelson. And he had a set shot earlier in the passage of play, and that time he makes no mistake.
Saints 7 goals, 3, 45, 17.5 minute mark. And Farrell Nelson kicks Nightcliff's 5th goal. 5 goals, 6, 36. Will they stay in there? I sense Saints were starting to get a little bit of control of the match for the last couple of minutes. Just as they do, Nightcliff kick a goal. Free kick's been found.
Too many in the middle.
Too many in the middle. That's unforgivable at Premier League level. Play on is the call. Saints go forward. Robinson bumped out of it. Recovers. Can't get clean hands. Picked up by Wilson. Right foot pass looking for McFarlane. Can't get him. Taban runs away with it.
It's his 3rd clearing kick from the back line. So Taban finding some footy and confidence in the fullback.
Jason Cole, how good was he just then? In there was Paris. Jack Long on centre wing. Gives it over the top. He gets it back. Didn't ask for it, got it. Shannon Rioli tries to break away, can't do it. There's a Saints player down there, Peter, if you can tell us who it is. Looks like Nicky Yaron, and he's holding his wrist. And I don't like the look of the way he's holding that wrist.
No, he's coming straight off too. He looks very, very, very sore. Not too often you see him come straight off. He's quite a tough player.
Yeah. Shannon Rioli socking it off the ground. Labastida had a crack at that. The ball's loose. Oh, great tackle there by the Nightcliff defender. Was that Cossack? Yes, it was. Now he's got to run her out wide. If he can pick it up, he had space, he can't. Ball's loose. Ash Duncan comes in to help. Philo collects it. Farrell Nelson again. Oh, fingertips, bounced away. Iki Vallejo. Oh, ducks one, can't pick it up. Mummery dodges one, puts it on his right boot. He's got the running Kwame McHarg. He tries to keep it in, but the boundary line beats him. The ball will be thrown in 2 metres from the point post. Peter, did you see anything of the way Yaron come off there? That didn't look too good.
No, they've taken him straight into the room, the air-conditioned room, obviously to try and assess it. He certainly looked to be in a little bit of agony. He's not having a real good night, young Nicky Yaron.
Lockwood versus Smith. Locked up free. Ben Clifton can't get the quick kick away. Lockwood comes in to help. Anstess picks him up and slings him, and as he does, he kicks, and Lockwood goes out. The ball goes out of bounds on the full.
I'm liking that matchup as well. John Anstess and Julian Lockwood, that's been a great battle so far.
Jack Lock over to Vallejo. Games record holder in the NTFL, we give Vallejo. Sends it back inside to Ben Rioli. Clifton standing the mark, plays on. Goes to ground, let go. Coombs, handball over the top. They've got the runners.
Paredes out in with that kick out on the far wing.
Taban, McFarlane, the ball's kept in, although the boundary has blown it out of bounds. That play just looked a little bit of slow motion. Then we're into red time, 21 minutes gone, 7 goals, 3:45 plays, 5 goals, 6:36.
What's worked really well for Nightcliff in the last stages of this second quarter is that they've had numbers around the football.
Yaron's back and looks quite okay.
Okay, after all that, as McFarlane takes a fingertip grab and will actually go back and have a shot at goal.
So St Mary's just clearing that ball too easily out of that boundary throw-in, where I was just making the point that Nightcliff have had a lot of numbers around the football where they've won the ball then able to break out into space. On that occasion, didn't quite happen.
Well, he's already kicked one tonight, Peter McFarlane. Opportunity to kick his second and St Mary's 8th. Be important, skipper's goal. The drop looks good. Goal umpire doesn't move. All clear given. 8 goals, 3. 8 goals, 3:51 at the 22-minute mark. Nightcliff trail 5 goals, 6:36. Well, they worked it forward and Williams. He's just brought it in. And Taban, 5 metres from him.
Yeah, so it's a courage from Peter McFarlane just to go back with a flight of the football on that occasion. He kicks his second goal and he'll be getting a lot of confidence out of that.
Well, Lockwood's gone into the ruck, Jared, so finally Thurlow, let's see, he's having a rest at full forward. There's an interesting matchup there. Anstairs versus Thurlow. Lockwood versus Ryan Smith in the middle, and Lockwood wins out, then cleaned up by Brodie Philo. Great take. Kicking forward, Yaron, who we were talking about before. Clifton taps it down to Moo. Socket away by Williams. Williams has got time to pick it up, and he does. And he's heavily. Umpire said it's all okay. It was as he kicked. The ball's punched away and will go out of bounds and will be thrown in, and Williams comes straight off.
They're not going away, the Nightcliff Tigers, which sets up for a brilliant second half. And in the way they're dominating the centre clearances, Nightcliff, they're certainly in this game.
They're not being intimidated either by the St Mary's players. They're putting their body on the line. Yaron, he's got it cleaned up. Ball goes out of bounds again. Bath just guiding it there. Bit of holding, let go, play on. Yaron, quick hands, hits away. Paredes. Wilson leading the race to the ball, or taken. Play on is the call, still in. Cleaned up by Nalkin. Taban fumbles what he should have taken again. Nalkin comes in to help him out. It's a quick kick and hope. Eilert against Duncan, pinned up by Clifton. Onto Lockwood is having a run. Lockwood, stand-in ruckman at the moment, sends it forward. Coates beats Jack Long. Coates gets it on quickly, and he's got the big fella Thurlow, who takes the grab.
Brilliant football.
Well, persistence is the only way I can describe that, Jared, in terms of Nightcliff moving the ball forward.
They look like they almost stuffed it up there, deep in the back pocket there, with Taban fumbling the ball on 3 occasions, but they finally got it clear out to the running Lockwood. Brilliant body work by Troy Coates and Jack Long and Thurlow. You're not going to stop those long arms.
And even further back, Clifton and Duncan worked well together as the big fella, resting at full forward from the ruck, slots one through for his first goal of the day. And the Tigers claw one back. 8 goals, 3, 51. Should be 6 goals, 6, 42. Scoreboard yet to roll over.
And just mentally, that's huge for Nightcliff Tigers. Dying minutes of the second quarter, just before half time, they get clean ball movement out of the back line. Good skill, good execution. Now their resting ruckman gets a goal on the board.
Lockwood has gone into the ruck and lifted him. He's up against Storer. And the siren goes. Well, an interesting second half has now been set up here at TIO Stadium. 8 goals, 3, 51. St Mary's lead. Nightcliff, 6 goals, 6, 42.
Shame we couldn't help them.
Take a week to get the crabs out of the car.
Local knowledge is important, and with a 15% online discount, it's now easier to get TIO comprehensive car insurance. TIOFI.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
Intersport, new concept store, now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga. And Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel. Plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
Third quarter, premiership quarter here at TIO Oval as Thurlow gets the ball away. 9 points the difference. The winner goes to the top of the table here, 3 weeks out from the finals. No one can pick up that loose ball as it's socket forward again. Now it's picked up by Bath. Sends it up to his skipper, McFarlane. Has 2 grabs, knocked away from him. Raf Clark gets it down to Cooper. He's already kicked one from a similar spot. Puts it on the right boot, though. It goes out of bounds on the full. Nightcliff will get that ball back. Jared, observations to half-time?
Yeah, look, I think the important goals from Nightcliff late in the second quarter just should give them some belief coming into the second half. And St Mary's had to work on the centre bounces and they won the first one. So we're in for a battle.
Farron James brings it back in. Flying over the top was Paris. Can't get it. Eilert diving on it. Sim Kinthari. Ash Duncan out to Baden Nalkin, who has space. Now on the centre wing. He takes his time, sends it up looking for Coates. Judges it beautifully, can't grab it though. Pushed off it by Anstes. Hands back from Vallejo to Anstes. He picks out Luke Bath. Bath centres that ball, looking for Smith, the ruckman. He can't grab it under pressure. Paris waits for the ball to bounce, then gets it, then has a quick kick. Vallejo's underneath it though.
Good reading of the play, you give Vallejo. I've just noticed that Nightcliff have put Baden Nalkin onto the wing. I think that's a great move. And for St Mary's, I don't know if Jack Long on Troy Coates is the right matchup for them.
Rioli, fleet-footed, beats one, has a bounce. He's got time. McFarlane points to the air, wants it out in front. Punched away from Raf Clark. Cleaning it up, though, is Ben Rioli. And for his 20th goal of the season, he slots an important one through at the 2-minute mark. 8 goals, 3, 52, 8 goals, 4, 52. Plays 6-6, 42. In fact, it's 9 goals, 3, 57. I'll get it right in a minute. 6-6, 42.
As we see the replay, and Shannon Rioli finally getting some space and ability and time to run and bounce and carry the football. Deep kick, good contest. And he's been a revelation this season, Ben Rioli, in front of goals. Normally you see him dashing out of the back line, having 3 or 4 bounces, but he's had a bag of 7 during the season, and he's become a renowned goal kicker for St Mary's.
And it's a handy for coach St Mary's coach Rick Nolan to have a player like Ben Rioli where he can play him up back and move him forward. Storer on the field, taken hard and heavy was Eilert with it, hasn't got it up, plenty of time. Duncan gets the ball out, punched away. Quick handball in. Nightcliff can't get clean possession. The ball's locked up, will be thrown up. Peter, quick observations in the first couple of minutes of this third term. Boundary rider Peter Atkinson, will come back to him in a moment. Back there's a hold. Thurlow took Storer, Trent out. Plays on quickly to Jack Long. Back to Anstes.
It's all right.
So they've got some time here, giving themselves some time. St Mary's. They go to that far scoreboard side. Punch clear. Bath leading the race. The ball decides to soccer it on instead, which was clever, but I think it's gone out of bounds on the full, and it has. Peter, just quickly, your thoughts on this first half and what will unfold in the next 2 quarters? We've got some technical difficulties there.
Yeah, no, both sides have started with the same interchange, so they've both still got all 22 available. The pace of the game hasn't changed much, so certainly I'd see that it'll be a bit of an arm wrestle. Nightcliff just got to convert a couple more of those opportunities that have turned into points.
9 goals, 357, 6-6, 42. 4.5 minutes gone here in the third term. Ash Duncan looks to be running with Cameron Eilert. Under pressure. McFarlane trying to get it. Under pressure from Cossack. Handballed away. Cameron Eilert can't pick it up cleanly. Jason Cole, one of the electrics for Nightcliff in that first half. Kick away, Raf Clark. Gives a handball out. Labastida, who's done a mountain of work, taken high, let go, play on is the call. Well, I thought Labastida perhaps got dealt with heavily there. as we look to the Nightcliff bench. The young bloke in the middle is Ryan Moo, and I think Nightcliff's going to have to get more out of him in this second half. And in fact, a free kick has been paid, and Cameron Island is on the receiving end, and he's put it into the goals, but through for a point.
Certainly no easy kicks out there to start this quarter. It's Labastida obviously on his hands and knees trying to win the football. Jason Cole finding some space. Met hard by Luke Barth by the look of that. Shannon Rioli, as he does, just spins on a dime and able to pinpoint that pass to Justin Wilson, who doesn't look too interested in kicking the goal, and this is why.
It's the old 1-2. Shannon Rioli, well, it worked in the first half. I don't think it worked then.
Don't push your luck would be the message, I reckon, from the coach.
Well, he hasn't just missed the goals by a little bit either.
No.
He's about 20 metres around there, 25 metres around from the point post. 9 goals, 458, plays 6-6, 42, and Fraser Thurlow, the Nightcliff ruckman, will restart play, sending it forward. Punched away by Vallegio, cleaned up by Cole. Been impressed with him so far. He puts it on the left boot, looking for the coach, Troy Coates. It's all St Mary's. Picked up by Anstess and Lowe, the 200 game player. He can't get rid of it. Now it's sent up to the contest, one-on-one. The lead was Isaiah. Farrell Nelson punched away though. Coming through hard was Bowles, can't get it. Still loose on the ground. Now it comes out. There's a quick kick. McHarg punched away by Anstess. Picked up by Philo from 50. Sends it forward. Bouncing ball will go through for a point.
Desperate defence there by Michael Coombs, sort of last line. It was all up to him. If that ball was going to get over the top of him, it was a Nightcliff goal for sure.
Short pass, but it's been cut off by Jaden Shaw, who's drifted down with Paredes. Shaw just puts it up high. Oh, the flyer was Farrell Nelson, couldn't grab it. And Jack Long guides it across for a point.
Farrell Nelson just threatening to explode this game and tear it open. Hopefully he gets some more opportunities.
Cleaned up by Islet, who's wrapped up but then gets taken high in the process. Well, the Nightcliff crowd not happy with that, but Adam Baird, the offending player there for Nightcliff. The running Michael Coombs has a bounce, loses it, regathers, then swivels and turns and puts it on the boot. Patrick Taban overruns it. Instead of picking it up, tries to soccer it on, wraps up the Saints player, but he got him high, according to the umpire, and there's 50.
I was just about to say Taban had such a good second quarter on McFarlane, and he's starting to find his way in this game, but just a little bit undisciplined with the voice.
Well, Paredes came in a contest, and if we are lucky enough to get a replay, I'd like to see it, but looked like a fair contest to me, but we're not close. Paredes now, you would think this is a gimme for him.
Straight off the boot, he liked it, and they're the ones that really hurt a team where he's just been, trying to find some momentum, and I thought they had that late in the second quarter, coming to this third quarter, and Saints just with a couple of quick goals and calls like that.
Let's just have a look at this contest. Can't pick it up. Well, if it was high, I didn't see it, but suddenly we're in 20-point margin territory now. 9 minutes gone, 10 goals, 464, 6 goals, 844. Bit of a danger time for Nightcliff as we're in this third quarter. Winner of this game will go to the top spot. Smith knocks it down, runs it away. Here comes the run of Yaron. He's at the 50-metre mark, sends it into the full forward area. It's punched away, 2-on-1. Comes out through Jaden Shaw. He plays on quickly. Doesn't have a lot of options. Goes to the centre of the ground. Goes to the smallest player against the biggest player. Moo versus Smith. Cleaned up and knocked away. Jack Long. Out wide to Coombs. He can't collect it. Tapped on. Philo again. Oh, met heavily by Coombs. Great hip and shoulder. Good contest there. Well, contact below the knees got paid there, the umpire signalling. And it was Downey took out Michael Coombs, according to umpire Panja. And there's blood.
There's a Tiger player hurt near the where the free kick's been awarded, coming off.
Well,
so looked like a head clash actually. Both players head over the football, and the Nightcliff player actually got there first, but because it took the legs out of
that's Downey coming off.
He gets the free kick, and unfortunately Nightcliff lose a player through the blood rule.
Bit of claret. Well, Michael Coombs is okay. He's up and about. He's waiting for his kick. 20 points the difference. 10.5 minutes gone in this third term. He's got to wait for the player to get on. Goes out wide. Off the ground quickly. They can't get clean possession. Now it's shuffled all the way through. Loose on the ground. Socket off the ground. That looks pretty good to me. Nicky Aaron liked it. The goal umpire liked it. The field umpire liked it. All clear given.
I think that's 3 goals in a row for St Mary's, where they just basically got goals out of nothing, and Nicky Aaron just persisted. He just kept hunting the footy, didn't have to pick it up, was skillful enough to socket it off the ground, and again, those kind of goals hurt you.
Peter Atkinson, St Mary's can do this to you, can't they? In a
Yes,
5-minute patch, they can score 3 or 4 goals.
That was very clever by Yaron, wasn't it? He worked his way, even though they were all running in the direction of the ball. He put his body in between the Nightcliff player and the ball. The Nightcliff player would have been reluctant to have given a free, and he took advantage. Great football by the young fella.
Well, the Tigers were purring in that first half, but they've run into a wall. 12 minutes gone, 11 goals, 470. Played 6-8, 44. Philo. Up high. Punched away by Long. Bowles gets it. Left foot, sending it to a contest. In fact, he doesn't. He picks out Farrell Nelson, who can go back and has an opportunity to slot one through and get one back for the Tigers, who badly need a goal.
See him previously in the second quarter kick a beautiful goal. Just the connection boot to ball was sensational and went straight through the middle. So hopefully, for his team's sake, he can settle and kick this one through the big sticks. And he does exactly that. Brilliant goal. He deserved the goal. He's been threatening for most of the game and just finds a bit of space. And obviously he can kick the footy and got some exquisite skills.
And it really didn't, the build-up didn't come from much, although Bowles, who's already kicked a goal, had a hand in that one too.
That's it. Just get the ball forward, I think, is the message for Nightcliff at the moment.
That margin is back to 20 points. 11 goals, 470, plays 7-8, 50.
Tigers are still working on Tyrone Doney with that after that head clash.
I think they'll be on that for a while because it looked pretty bad as he was coming off. Comes forward, Wilson can't get the kick away. Quick hands held up, Cossack. Now Clifton, Nightcliff, tripped over. Let go. It was incidental contact. There's been a push in the back and we'll go to Nightcliff. And it was the goal scorer, Farrell Nelson, who gets it. He's got the other Cossack out wide. He plays on quickly, setting it up. Lockwood sets himself in the pack. Got one hand on it, picked up by Coates. Quick kick on the left foot. Leading the race there is Farrell Nelson. He tries to soccer it off the ground. Not a bad effort, but just went through to the right of the point post.
It's a great
the margin
contest.
Back to 19 points.
Great contest by Julian Lockwood in the middle there to give Coates and Farrell Nelson an opportunity to crumb.
Well, he got 2 bites of it, Jared. If he a third one, you've almost would have paid it. Eilert picks out load onto Jack Williams. They take it out that scoreboard side. Fumbling it was Robinson. Clifton knocks him off the ball. That's a good handball to Bowles. He beats one. Then sets it up to full forward again. Oh, knocked away from Coates. Ash Duncan leads the race to the ball. Coming in was Coombs. Duncan can't pick it up. Coates is in there. So too Shannon Rioli. Rioli keeps it in front, keeps it moving forward and keeps his feet beautifully. Now he runs it away, showing all the class as a Thunder defender.
Just slips out that ball for Jaden McGrath.
McGrath can't get clean. Clean grab on it. It's going to be locked up. Islet's over it. He's going to come close to getting pinged here. And he does.
And the Nightcliff Tigers fans are absolutely
and there's a 50.
50-metre penalty.
Well, Shannon Rioli and Baden.
Reverse it.
Well, that's just silly. That's just silly.
I don't know what.
But now Ben Rioli and Baden Nalkin are having a bit to say.
And Pete, is that Tyrone Downey that's back on?
Well, he's right in the middle of the crowd there. He is Peter Axon. Very noisy as Coombs plays on. Has a bounce. Likes to have it. Beat his first player. Up towards Smith. Thurlow grabbed without it. It comes out the back. Wilson picks it up. Then quick hands to Ben Rioli. Goal 21. Well, Ben Rioli kicks his 21st goal of the season. Saints kicked their 12th. 12 goals, 476 to 7 goals, 951. 16 and a half minutes. Tempers are flaring.
There is a harsh lesson there for Baden Elkin, and all the hard work that was done to win the free kick, to get the 50-metre penalty. Just have to have a cool head.
Well, just think about that. If they get that free kick where they were on centre wing, they would have gone inside the 50
shot.
into attack. Instead, the ball's gone up the other end. Very clever from Wilson here, Justin Wilson. He just knew.
Now this is going to test Nightcliff. Can they steady the ship? Can they actually start to grind back a couple of goals and make the most of the opportunities? They've actually held St Mary's pretty well to this point.
25 points the difference, premiership quarter. Smith bustles his way. Bath leads it, then soccers it off the ground. Nalkin. Jason Cole can get in there for Nightcliff and hurries his kick away. That's Downey on with the headgear after the head clash. Clifton, physical, clever, beats one. Tries to beat two, gives it over to Coates who fumbles, then handballs back inside. Farrell Nelson, quick right foot kick at goal, and he slotted it through.
That's how you answer it. And that started from Baden Elkin off the half-back line. He just wanted the football, wanted to make amends for that mistake, and he's repaid his teammates by winning the football and clearing out of the back line. And brilliant attack by Clifton here. Just look at the strength.
Yeah, and right at push in the side, beats the tackle of Robinson, then has got the wherewithal to handball over to Coates who fumbles. Farrell Nelson right there, inside out.
The coach will be much happier with that passage of play, and more importantly to answer the turnaround from a 50-metre penalty, goal the other end. That's pretty uplifting for his team.
19 points the margin, 18 and a half minutes gone, third term, 12 goals, 4 plays, 8 goals, 9.
Thurlow back into the ruck. They need a Thurlow everywhere at the moment.
They could use one at centre half forward and full forward. Comes out. Burrowing through as Cameron Islet taken high in the process. He's good at that, Jared, your brother. I think he's picked up a lot of free kicks doing that. Good lead from Raphael Clark, presented himself, cleaned up by Yaron. Oh, he got caught and taken high as well. Wilson plays on quickly. It's one-on-one, punched away though.
Patrick Cossack got the job on Peter McFarlane, and great body positioning there and getting his hands and making the point.
Oh, Wilson, who played on quickly and then sent it up to his skipper, who gives it off to Raphael Clark. I don't know that Rick Nolan would have been happy with the last handball, but Wilson, who played on earlier, got it to McFarlane, made amends for that play on.
He did indeed, and I actually think Raph Clark drops the ball here and it hits the ground before he actually kicks it. But yeah, costly turnover. Almost. Patrick Cossack, who saved the goal just before, has to try and run back and save another one, and You want those kickouts to go long and wide.
Well, I'm just looking at Fraser Thurlow on the screen there, and I got to say to you, he's... It looks like he's done a mountain of work. Storer didn't even bother competing there. Chopped off the ground. Kinthari, the what I wonder. Francis Kinthari gets it back. Gets to the 50. Sending it up to the contest. Clark versus Taban. Punched away from him. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be thrown in about 5 or 6 metres around from the point post. 13.583 plays 8.957. We've gone into time on. 20 and a half minutes gone. Tap down. Whistle's gone. I think the ball's going to be thrown in again. That throw in was a bit short. I don't think the Tigers can let St Mary's score from this position, although Ben Rioli comes charging through.
Store a little bit too easy on that occasion. Ben Rioli not even getting touched as he just roves the tap.
Tremendous goal from Ben Rioli.
For all the ascendancy that Nightcliff has had, especially in the first half, there's going to be some valuable lessons, I think, on the eve of finals to come out of this third quarter.
Well, we had a 9-point difference at half-time. It's now blown out to 32. Saints got a roll on. Nightcliff got it back. 14.589 plays 8.957. Free kick, and it's going to go to Nightcliff Thurlow. They've held their own out of the middle, Nightcliff.
Well, not until this quarter. I believe they absolutely dominated the stats and centre clearance as Nightcliff get a forward entry.
And through Coates, Moo picks it up between his legs, tries to find his teammate, and he can. McHarg, and there's Farrell Nelson again. Well, a falling snap at goal goes across the face. Through for a point. Well, I mean, in terms of free kicks, Nightcliff's actually done very well out of the middle during this game. They've picked up a lot of free kicks out of that middle today. Ball comes out to the interchange area and is punched away by Cossack.
Kyle Cossack's had a brilliant game, just playing that defensive role and getting a hand to it when he needs to.
Peter, what are you sensing down at ground level?
There's a bit of panic in the Nightcliff camp. I think the younger guys out of their back line have all spent some time on the bench on the phone to obviously the backline coach is Jason Wright. So they're getting a bit exposed back there when the ball comes in quickly.
Adam Baird looked to be taken high there, but I don't think he's going to get rewarded for that effort.
Sorry?
Back on centre wing. Shannon Rioli scoots away. Beautiful pass to Raphael Clark. This would be well within his kicking distance, wouldn't it, Jared?
Absolutely, and again, we see the rotations available to Coach Rick Nolan for St Mary's, and traditionally you see Ben Rioli in the back line. Traditionally you see Raph Clark in the back line. They've started to dominate the forward line for them now.
Well, he's gone a long way back. I reckon he's going to kick from about 42, maybe even 45 metres. He kicks from 45, directly in front, sits it up high, but in that gauge for more distance, it's drifted off to the right and through for a point. Quick restart. Jonathan Paris can run onto it, and Borks misses the hit. Cossack versus Labastida. Adam Baird gives a handball over the top. Robinson there, though, for Saints. Sends it back. And the ball will go out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Again, just that last handball over the top to hit the target. Nightcliff are away. Instead, they've got to reset, man up again. And Troy Coates absolutely a little bit frustrated at the moment. He's working overtime.
Clifton fumbles it. Now he picks it up. Gives it out to his runner, Cossack. On the boot, up forward. Load. Doesn't grab it. Punches away. McHarg fends off one. Tyrone Downey, that is. with the headgear on. Sockers it forward, but the ball will go out of bounds. Anstess didn't worry about picking it up. The ball will be thrown in.
I still think Nightcliff, obviously still in the game, and there's still a lot of football to be played, but they'll take a lot away from this, especially having Nathan Brown out, Seb Guildhouse, 2 key players for them.
And Starcevic.
And Starcevic as well. So there's plenty to like about Nightcliff. And I think they're unearthing a few possibilities up forward as well.
Ben Rioli offers a target to Ban, gathers it in one hand, steadies it down, goes across the goal, puts it out in front of Nalkin. If he can get this on the bounce, then he's away. Beats Terge, met heavily there by Yaron. Good tackle. The bodies come in from everywhere. Yaron's over the ball. And the umpire says, give it to me, I've balled it up.
And the 1%ers, Nalkin was out.
He was, wasn't he?
And this is the beauty about Nicky Yaron. Not too many people see the 1%ers what he does, and that tackle just sums it up.
Luke Bath off to Kinthari. Kinthari settles, tries to put it over the top, and does. Well, the What I Wonder does it for the St. Mary's, for the Green Machine. And they edge further in front here in the third quarter. 26 minutes gone. 15 goals, 6 plays, 8 goals, 10.
The replay doesn't show the actual tackle from Nicky Yaron, but great tap by Ryan Smith. Out to space to Luke Bath. The kick's not pretty, but when you're this good, it goes through anyway. So Francis Kathari kicks his third.
Pats all round for Nicky Yaron walking off their number 11.
The call room, that was a fantastic tackle back here on the wing, but Saints eventually turned into a goal.
I reckon Nalkin was away, Peter, if Yaron doesn't make that tackle. Philo. Cameron Islet, though, wins out this time. Quick kick back, socket off the ground. That was Wilson. Shannon Rioli. Now someone picks it up, got taken high, let go. Play on is the call. Wilson out to Shannon Rioli. Outside to cousin Ben. Ben out, then puts the burner on. Right foot. Snaps at goal, but across the face.
And that would be his brother.
Oh, sorry.
But
good pickup.
Not getting the goal on that occasion, Ben Rioli from the handball from Shannon. And Shannon will probably tell him all about it. I'm not handballing it to you again if you're not going to kick the goal.
Brotherly love. Wilson taps it out. Going up and high to a contest. Oh, Paredes took a step, then called to play on straight away. Over the Clark. Over the back is Ben. Well, he mightn't have scored the last one, but he just scored that one, and that gives him 4 goals for the night.
Look, there was great courage by Paredes to take that chest mark, and it almost made a mess of it by taking that step to play on. But yeah, great courage just to sit underneath the ball. Paris coming in hard, eyes for the footy. Just over the back. Them one's hurt.
16 goals, 7, 103, plays 8 goals, 10, 58. Margin was 9 points at half-time.
Yaron's still in the hands of trainers, so Saints are down to 3 on their bench.
Ash Duncan gets it. He's got the runner off back. Well, Adam Baird waited. Iggy Villagio said, well, I'll take it then. Gave it off to Islet. Baird knocked off the ball by Long. Jack Williams slung off the ball, though, by Jason Cole. Clifton dragged off it. Play let go. Mummery. The Nightcliff youngster. Looks for McHarg. Load, cleans up. Gets it out. Finds Robinson. Out to Paredes. And the siren goes. At three-quarter time, it is St. Mary's 16 goals, 7, 103, leading Nightcliff 8 goals, 10, 58.
Shame we couldn't help them.
Take a week to get the crads out of the car.
Local knowledge is important, and with a 15% online discount, it's now easier to get TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. TIOFI.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga, and Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel, plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
45 points the difference here in the last quarter. St Mary's hold a handy lead. 16 goals, 703 to 8 goals, 1058. Coming through and legged all the way through was the coach, Troy Coates. And a 50's been given because you got to give it back to him on the full. And it looked like it was Francis Kinthari was the actual offender just then.
Well, Thurlow to start in the ruck and tap down to Troy Coates, and it turns into a scoring opportunity straight away. And one of the things out of the third quarter Nightcliff can take out of, some of the mistakes are controllable. So if they can go back, review the tape, those mistakes are controllable for them.
Troy Coates comes in, set shot, goes across, hits the point post and will be deemed out of bounds on the full. Peter, you went to the St Mary's huddle at three-quarter time.
Yes, obviously Coach Nolan was pretty happy. He felt the difference was the work rate of the Crummers. He felt that it wasn't left to just one or two. He felt that they had 4 or 5 and was particularly crediting Shannon Rioli for quite a lift in his game. So they were pretty happy. The body language at the other huddle was obviously quite negative. They were quite shattered by that third quarter.
Kinthari handballs around it, one player and then handballs a second player. Can't regather it the second time though. Still can't get a clean hands on it. Philo comes in to pick it up. Borks then handballs long and high. McHarg can't get it. And Saints clean up and get it outside of their 50. Almost hit Coates on the head, bounced down. Kinthari again, he's been very good. Back to Cameron Islet. Just chips it over. But there's Clifton chipping in. Was looking for Thurlow but found Ash Duncan in the end. Duncan's been called to play on, wrapped up by Paredes. Has to get his kick away quickly. There's Load. Dragged down after disposal, let go. Play on's the call. Coates out on his own, looking for the short pass in. Finds Smith instead. Picked up by McHarg. Anstess, quick hands out to Long, even quicker out to Ryan Smith, and the ruckman dances away. Sends it out onto centre wing. There's that man, Shannon Rioli. Looking for Labastida. Can't one grab it, then pushed off it. Nalkin. He kicks it forward. Not sure where he was going to, but the boundary line was his friend. And the ball will be thrown in right in front of the commentary position.
Nicky Yaron's just come off with a leg injury. He's gone straight into the pool room.
It's the third time for Nicky Yaron. He's obviously been in the walls tonight.
It's about his 4th different injury, actually.
Yes.
So, but he's done well when he's been on.
Absolutely.
Ball will go out of bounds again, and throwing it in will be Michael Simpson, who is umpiring an incredible 500th Premier League game on the boundary. Boundary umpires do on average of about 15 or 16 kilometres a game. You can do the sums on that. A free kick's been found in the ruck, and it will go to Thurlow. He's been handy all night, this guy.
Yeah, he's been one of the key influences around the centre of the ground.
Razor Thurlow, long, deep kick to full forward, tapped off hands, and he'll go through for a point. He's really had to carry the ruck work alone. He's only had one break in this game.
Yeah, and he does have AFL experience with the Bombers and player in the NEFL as well. So he's certainly a handy footballer.
Islet got taken high. Marking infringement, will get a free kick. He's got the running Anstess. Picks him out, sends him up to the scoreboard side. Japped away. Baird cleaned up, then knocked off. Emery rebounding for Nightcliff. Vallejo decides to punch instead of actually mark. He gives it off to Anstess, who sends it back up. It's punched away. Moo at the bottom of the pack is a miss kick, but he might get away with it. Paris can't take it cleanly. Can't pick it up the second time either, but soccers it on. That's Coombs running away with it. Had a bounce, slippery conditions out here. Knocks away, then knocks it forward.
Great pressure by McGrath.
Very good pressure by McGrath to lock it up.
Carg, sorry. Brilliant pressure, and not too many people hunt down Michael Coombs or stay with him for pace, but he just persisted, and rather than a forward entry for St Mary's, it's a ball up, and Ash Duncan forced to do the ruck work for Nightcliff centre wing.
Thurlow off to Cole. Been well held since half time. Miss kick comes to Jack Long. Wilson puts his hands up but didn't really make a genuine attempt to go for it. The ball will just go out of bounds. 5.5 minutes gone here in the last term. 16 goals, 703 plays, 8-11-59. St Mary's well in control. Smith taps it down. Paredes hands out to Cooper. Cooper was looking for McFarlane. Tyrone Downey comes in on the end of a head clash in that third term. Load punches it away. Ryan Smith, the ruckman, playing a rover, and he got caught. Couldn't get it away. Play on is the call. Cooper goes in, backs out with it. Gives it off to Williams, who sends it forward. Punched away from Clark. Jaden Shaw's got 2 to beat. Cossack diving on it, can't get it. Cleaned up and handballed over the line. That was Bowles. Bit of sting's gone out of the game, Jared.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good observation. Obviously, Friday night football. Late in the start of the first quarter, late in the night. Very humid conditions, as Peter said at the start, and Nightcliff winning a free kick. And Clifton plays the advantage.
Has a bounce, has a second bounce, being chased. Then kicks it long to a hole, but it's all St Mary's. Robinson got his hands on it. Now it's clean. If someone can grab it once, it comes to Clark, puts it over the top. Farrell Nelson. Well, it was a short pass, and Farrell Nelson was the end of it. But I've got to tell you, it was three St Mary's player around the bounce of that ball then. I think it's just a lucky bounce, in my opinion. They came out with it, Nightcliff.
Just clever. Just don't realise how smart Troy Coates is as a player. As we just see Farrell Nelson come in and just squeezes it in for, what's that, his 4th goal. But just, St Mary's looked like they had the numbers around the football in the back line. No one attacked the football, they waited for the bounce. Replay shows Clifton up the ground having 2 bounces running with the football. It just didn't quite take the football with him, Robinson, but Troy Coates just stays front and centre to his teammates. Just a clever little kick over the top.
And Farrell Nelson now joins Ben Rioli with 4 goals apiece in this game. Francis Kinthari is the other goal scorer with 3 for St Mary's in terms of multiple goal scorers. Peter McFarlane also has 2 for St Mary's, but 16 goals, 804 plays, 9 goals, 1165. Sire whistle's gone. And it'll go to Nightcliff. Well, there must have been someone breaking inside the square. Now it goes on Lockwood. Gives it off to Philo, who has to beat one first, then has a bounce, has a second bounce. From inside the square, he picks out a target, and Mummery has found space out wide. But he's a long way away and then kicks underground, inexperienced there to the coach. Coates has to handball and then got taken out after disposal. So there'll be a free kick, there'll perhaps be an advantage, and there is, and the all clear is given. It's Farrell Nelson. I think Nightcliff just got their 2nd goal in a minute.
Well, they're certainly doing it the hard way. Mummery absolutely should have gone back and had a set shot, and I think if it was anyone else but Troy Coates, he wouldn't have kicked it to him. But because he's the coach, I'll get in the good books. But they did it the hard way, but they got the result. And Farrell Nelson proven to be a handful for St Mary's in the forward line with 5 goals.
Well, they got away with it. Farrell Nelson.
Yep, just probably a little bit of inexperience from Mummery, where if he's in scoring distance, I'm sure the coach would want him to go back, settle, have a set shot at goal, nail it. We go back to the centre square and reset.
2 goals in a minute for the Nightcliff Tigers. Still got work to do though. Justin Cooper. Ryan Moo's in there, taken out. Jason Cole now. Puts it to a contest, knocked away. Ash Duncan was there, but it's been cleared out. St Mary's defence. Moo got taken without the football, and he gets held, and he'll get a free kick. Well, Williams decided to tackle him, taking a punt that he'd end up with it.
Yep.
Didn't come off.
It's a decision under fatigue, and obviously you've got to go the football.
He comes out wide, 5 metres in from the boundary line, Nalkin. He'll now load it up, goes up high. Fraser Thurlow's there. Punch down, straight to the hands of Duncan, who kicks it long for 50!
Oh, it's touched. The umpires are calling touched.
Here I was thinking the Tigers had their third.
It was a brilliantly roved take off the pack. That is very unlucky. This
heartbreaking.
Yes.
Kinthari soccers it forward from the quick restart. Taban's first one there. Paredes versus Taban. Kinthari comes in, picks it up, tackled without it. Paredes recovers, trying to keep his feet, sliding. No one's really trying to get control of it, and the ball will be thrown in. That's heartbreaking. Peter, how important would that have goal been in terms of Nightcliff's confidence?
Well, the confidence is up anyway. I think they're on a bit of a roll, but the attitude on the bench and the players close to me is much more positive. So another goal or two in the next few minutes would be a huge lift.
16-8, 104. Plays 10-12-72. 11 and a half minutes gone in this fourth term.
The good news is that Yaron's back out there again for round 5, I think.
Well, he's running out of places to hurt, Pete. The ball goes up and high. Nalkin can't pick it up. Dragged off it. Clifton in there with body. Emery on hands and knees. Robinson. Jason Cole. Been very handy for the Tigers all night. Now it's cleaned up. That was Bowles. Sends it up. McHarg. Kwame McHarg. Then gives it off to Farrell Nelson. From the pocket. Right foot snap at goal. Goes across the face.
I think it's a free kick downfield. Michael Coon just with a late bump.
Has taken him out, and there'll be a free kick right on the line, is it? Well, he's created plenty for his 5 goals. Okay, so it must have gone through for a point. So once it's gone through for a point, it's got to go back to where the infringement occurred, because there's no advantage. Spoken like someone that actually knows the rules, Jared.
Well
Don't tell anyone.
Ashley Manakaris, very good umpire in his own right in the NTFL. But Farrell Nelson is going to take best on ground honours for his team. He's got 5 goals to his name.
Well, he's looking to offload. After tonight, why wouldn't he have a crack? And in fact, he does. Oh, it's not a bad looking kick, just quietly.
He can't do no wrong.
Peter Atkinson, you would have had a great view of that shot.
Well, he certainly had a lot of time to think about the kick whilst the umpires were making sure the right decision to bring the ball back to the boundary line. 100 times harder, but it did not matter.
That is his 6th goal, and that is probably the best goal of the lot, in my opinion. Don't know what you think, Jared.
Absolutely, and it just goes back to, I think Nightcliff are going to take a lot from this game.
Well, they're finishing on strongly, aren't they? I mean, we're at the 14-minute mark. They still trail. Scores 16-8, 104 to 11, 12, 78, but gee, they've looked good. I think they've kicked the last 4 goals.
And that's
3 goals, actually. The one was disallowed.
And that's the main message, I think, that they haven't given up. St Mary's have put on a few goals and built the momentum in the 3rd quarter, but they're still coming.
Shannon Rioli caught. Jason Cole. He's lifted his work rate. They've got space out here. It's a quick kick over. The ruckman's drifted down. It's punched away from him, though. They've still got it, the Tigers. They've got time. Oh, he got taken high and late, and the free kick will be downfield. And the book might even come out for that one, and it is. Well, players aren't really rushed rushing in. They are to see if their player's okay. Robinson, who I think has come up from the Division 1 side, Jared.
Yeah, that's correct. I think this
he's going to be put on report. Wow, that was hard and high.
Well, there's the lesson for both teams, that it just costs your team too much when you give away silly free kicks like that.
Well, let's see who has ended up in the hands of. Looks like Emery.
And Rioli coming off now. He looks like he's pretty weird, tired.
He's covered a bit of territory, has Shannon.
Nightcliff would be getting heaps out of this last quarter, irrespective of the end result.
Now the ball is in the hands of Kyle Emery, who interestingly enough has kicked 26 goals for the season. So he knows where they are, the big sticks. And he slotted them through.
Just really impressed with his poise on that kick. It looks like he's got a set routine, and when you said he's kicked 26 goals for the year, he certainly knows what he's doing, and all the confidence in the world to go back and slot that.
Interestingly enough, we're now back to a 20-point margin. 16 goals, 804 plays, 12-12, 84. 9 points was the margin at half-time. Could they dare to dream at 16 and a half minutes, Jared? They've kicked 4. They've kicked the last 4.
They have, and that's the momentum. So it's still a tough ask, but again, regardless of the result, and like Peter said, that they've got so much out of this game so far, and they haven't thrown the towel in, and they keep coming with that centre clearance.
Well, they have. They've won it out of the middle again, and Emery gets it. The last goal kicker, he gives a quick handball away, slung off it. Thurlow has lifted his work, so has Clifton. Coates out wide, picked up by Jack Long, and then slung to the ground. And the ball goes out of bounds and will be thrown in. The Nightcliff crowd appealing for a high tackle. The St Mary's crowd applauding Jack Long. Thurlow taps it down. Loose on the ground. Now it's cleared up by Iggy Vallejo. Quick kick. Jaden Shaw's there to cut it off. Nightcliff have an opportunity to go back into the 50. Oh, but he's kicked it into the man on the mark, and Ben Long cleans it up and sends it back. Well, they've got time to clear it out here through Patrick Cossack. Now they've gone back to Jaden Shaw. He'd be looking to make amends after the last kick, and he kicks across the face of goal to a contest. But Nightcliff will get away with it through Jonathan Paris. Paris finds Tyrone Downey. Downey's looking upfield. He hasn't got a lot. Emery now presents himself, but he ignores him and he goes in short. And he's picked out the coach.
There's not a lot of movement up forward here, Ash, for Nightcliff Tigers, and I don't know if Troy Coates has the ability to kick this distance, especially late in the quarter.
The players are trying to run into the gap, but Coates is going to have to kick from 50, and he does, right on that 50-metre line. Flying at the back is Downey, but it had already gone off to the left and through for a point.
You would think with the scoring pattern in this second half that there's a breeze. There's absolutely no breeze here at TIO Oval, and it's as hot as ever.
It's very important to know, Peter, actually, because all the play has been with Nightcliff. They've been doing all the forward entries. And again, some confidence for their backline.
Patrick Cossack knew what he was doing then, took it straight out. He's running with McFarlane. That's a pretty good matchup, actually.
I think he's had about 3 or 4 different opponents, Peter McFarlane, and certainly Patrick Cossack has held his own.
Dragged off was Lockwood by Storer. Coming through is Moon. The little bloke puts it up high. Clifton punched away from him. Jack Long, they settle it down now through Ben. Running off the back flank. He's already kicked 4 goals, Ben Long. Kinthari tries to take him on, and he does successfully. Then runs too far, holding the ball actually. Take your pick.
Again, another confidence booster. Great tackle by Adam Baird.
Well, they're trying to keep the momentum. Downey out in front of the scoreboard. Just as he kicked, knocked away. McCard Borks gets his kick interfered with by Anstess, who then chops it out of the air and kicks it. It's going to bounce. And Ben Rioli cleans up, takes it out of bounds.
So he's had to work all the way up now, and I don't know if he's actually been put to the back line just to provide a bit of experience and poise back there. But this is the main reason why Nightcliff Tigers are on top of the ladder at this current time.
If we ended time on 16-8, 104 plays 12-13, 85. Saints have got a runaway, and it's Yaron. Taking the front position, though, is the skipper, McFarlane. He's a long way out, 70 metres from goal. He's looking for a target. Smith, the ruckman, presented himself. Ball's gone out of bounds inside St Mary's forward 50. But it's Nightcliff that scored the last 4 goals. And they would have got a 5th. Ash Duncan looked like he'd scored a 5th goal, but it was touched. That would have been a contender for goal of the night, I would have thought, Jared.
Yeah, it was just beautifully roved off the pack, and very unlucky that the defender, St Mary's defender, got a fingertip to it.
Well, we can safely say it's the best point of the night. Labastida has been one of Saints' better players tonight. Dragged off it was Rioli, and he'll get rewarded for that. Advantage played. Cooper takes it quickly, and it comes to Shannon. He then sets himself up at 50, going into full forward. But it's a bit of a rocket, and will actually go out of bounds and be thrown in about a metre or 2 from the point post.
See,
the game blew out to 45 points at one stage, back to 19. Nightcliff have really worked hard to get back in it, and as Peter Atkinson has said, they will take enormous amount out of this game. As Cooper picks it up, then gives off the quick hands. Dragged off the ball was Bath. Ryan Smith with the quick hands to Cooper, throwing his arms around. Now there's a quick kick from Cooper. The ball hasn't gone 15. Labastida taken off. He can't get a kick away, and it's cleared out by the Nightcliff defence. Mummery has to beat one handballs to himself. Clifton, now Mummery recovers. Can't pick it up. Tries to beat Load. Experience versus the rookie. As Ryan Moo tries to get it away. Can't do that. He's palmed off by Yaron. Now it comes to Load. Lucky. Over the top. Back to Bath. One step. Quick kick into full forward. Everyone sets themselves, and there's a free kick being found. By the looks of it, it was a push. In fact, there was a hold and he was dragged down. And it'll go to Peter McFarlane. Not sure who the offender was. Doesn't matter, really. McFarlane can go back at the 23-minute mark and not only kick their 17th goal, but kick a real steadier for St Mary's. Just put the result beyond any doubt.
very important kick here because St Mary's have been under siege for all of this last quarter.
And he hasn't kicked it. That looked like a kick of a tired player, Jared.
And I'm sure with all the Nightcliff supporters right behind him.
Patrick Cossack again coming in to help is the coach, Coates.
He's been magnificent all night, Coates.
Ryan Smith getting fired up at the end. Margin's back to 20 points. Margin was 9 points at half time. Blew out to 45 points and we're back to 20. Wilson with a quick kick. Coates trying to generate something from back there. And a few of the Saints runners have gone missing in the last 10 or 15 minutes, Jared.
Yeah, great observation. I think, you know, we were talking about the ability for Saints to rotate. Nightcliff has just shown one fitness, but I think a lot of courage to just continually grind this out.
Good throw in. Jason Cole going to get a free kick for being first to the ball. Looked like he got a bit of a push in the end there. What they've done, in my mind, Jared, is that Nightcliff has really persevered.
Absolutely, and
hasn't always been pretty, but they've persevered.
No, that's right. You can take a lot out of it too, because a lot of the mistakes that were at crucial moments in the game are controllable.
Yep.
And that is certainly...
They gave away a few free kicks in that third term, which cost them dearly.
Yeah, that did. But, you know, that's the kind of footy that they started the game on. Head over the ball, winning the free kicks.
Yeah.
You just see that there's obviously a lot of tired players out there at the moment.
Yeah. Dragged off the football. Cooper tries to beat his opponent and does. Ben Rioli just trying to steady things down and been doing so. He picks out Farrell Nelson. Emery comes in with a handball over to Jason Cole, who kicked one at the start of the game. He balks, then puts it onto his right foot and goes at goal and hits the post. Well, he kicked a pearler in that first quarter.
He is certainly a handy player for the Tigers and will be crucial for them come the finals campaign.
Interesting to note they've had more scoring shots now over the whole game.
And there we have it at TIO Stadium. St Mary's comfortable winner. Well, when I say comfortable winners, they are 21-point winners, 16 goals, 9, 105. Plays 12, 14, 86. In fact, 19-point winners. I'm Ashley Manakaris, and on behalf of Jared Eilert and Peter Atkinson, we thank you for joining us.
How do I turn this off? How do I turn it off the door? Other side. Where did we go? Oh no. We'll just hold it and then...